Media Day, the Pleasant Valley Raiders. They compete in 2A Region 7, and the head coach of the Raiders is Jonathan Nix. Today, Coach Nix has brought with him junior quarterback linebacker Braxton Soster and senior running back and linebacker Jaden Sparks. Coach Nix, we'd like to start with an opening comment from you.
Yes, sir. To start with, I'd just like to say thank you guys for doing this. This event just gets bigger and bigger each year, and and I think it's great that we have something like this in our county. That that we get to get up here and brag about our players, brag about our school, and just everything that goes into football, and all the hard work that the coaches, and the players, and community booster club, and all that puts into it. And so. And really excited about this upcoming season. We finished on a high last year, and we had 5 seniors graduate. So the bulk of our team on offense and defense is coming back, and it's just an exciting time. It's been a great off season. Summer workouts been going good. Our OTAs, our 7-on-7s, all that good stuff. A lot of our players are stronger and faster, and put on some good weight, and just excited about the fall coming up.
We got a question on the front row.
Coach Nix, this is for you, but first I'll ask the players, Braxton and Jaden. Being that you went into the playoffs last year, and that whole community rallied around that, what does it mean to you two guys? How does that help with the summer workouts, knowing that you're coming off a uncharted waters, if you will, last year, and how excited are you to get back on the field for that first ball game? We'll start with you, Jaden.
It's more of the support. Like, we know that the community is behind us, so we're playing for ourselves and our team, but at the same time we're playing for all the people around us that do come to support us. They have to pay to get in, and we want to make their money worth it, so it's just the environment.
Kind of to pick back up off what Jaden said, the community, I mean, we had a lot of people out there that night hosting a playoff game, first time in a very long time, and a lot of people showed up, people that haven't been to games in years, and just to know that they were right there behind our backs, just supporting us with the way that they could. That it was just a great opportunity for them and great opportunity for us to just see the support that we have, and now it's coming back, and just to see that again this year is going to be great.
Coach, be honest with us. When you have a season like you did last year, there seems to be more parents and boosters hanging around after the game and want to shake your hand. How does that feel whenever your people want to get to you after a game, whether it be media or just alumni, people that are so proud and want to tell you that?
I'm just excited for the players and coaches, really. I mean, because so much hard work went into that, and without, the players fighting like they did and doing the things, and what makes this group so special, and they still have it, is unity. Like last year, so many of these games could have went either way. They set an unrealistic goal to the outside. There for a while, the goal setting was, let's just set a goal to make the playoffs. Well, this group set last year, let's win the region championship. Well, our first game, we go against Pisgah and we lose in the first region game. Well, region championship's out, unless we can force some kind of tiebreaker scenario. So by setting a high goal like that, the goal that they achieved was actually runner-up in region. And so this off season, they've set a goal as soon as the Soldier game was over, because we want to go 10-0. And so when they set a goal like that as players, it makes it so fun as coaches, because then you can say, you're the one that set this goal. All right, so this kid's missing summer workouts here. How are we going to get him here the next day? We want to go 10-0, and then we got to have a 10-0 work ethic. And that's what's so fun, is because they don't back down from that. They enjoy each other. They work extremely hard. And as a coaching staff, that's what makes us proud. And so, I love the leadership. Great teams are led by players. Coaches are there to help, but the kids, the players have to want to lead. And these two right here want to lead. I mean, you've got Jaden was the MVP of the region, and Braxton was the MVP of defense. And what more leadership could you ask for than two guys like that that's coming back? And I think the team sees that too. And each one of them has got different kind of leadership qualities that they bring to the team. But the big thing is being a good leader. Will players follow you when you lead? And both of these, when they lead, they follow.
Got a question in the back.
Jonathan, obviously Braxton had the injury last year, which kind of affected him trying to play quarterback. And obviously you came on and did a good job. But how good is it to have everybody back to where you had them before?
There's no doubt, because anytime like in 2A, especially when one player gets hurt, how big of a domino is that effect? Some people don't realize that. Certain players get hurt, and it might be a one-way player. It might be a player in a position where you don't have a lot of depth versus a position that you have no depth, and how does that domino effect play? And so last year when that happened, everybody had to step up in new roles, and I think the team feeds off of that, not just what you do at practice time. Practice time is not enough to win. Practice time is not enough to win. It's what are you doing after practice? What are you doing before? What are you doing with your other hours of the day? Because most of our practices are 2 hours or under, and some of them are a 90-minute practice, and then we try to get three to four workouts a week at 45 minutes. But what are you doing with the other hours of the day? And so I think what really made this team get better and better as the season goes on was what they were doing after practice was over. When players grab other players and work with them, and coaches are staying over, and everybody's doing that extra work. And when you get in the game in the fourth quarter, and that game could go either way, it's about two things. Did you have the preparation in order to win? And did the players on the field believe they can win? And I think the biggest thing is, do they care who gets the credit when they win? And so we didn't know, and they can tell you, there was games, and we pointed this at the end of the season. I think of Noah Johnson's leadership at Cedar Bluff. Cedar Bluff could have went either way, and Noah Johnson makes a catch right there at the end. I think of the Donahoe game, Hunter Sparks coming up with a big catch. I think of all these games that could have went either way. Woodland, we're down the whole game, and all of a sudden we run a reverse pass, and we throw, Cooper Dougal throws one, and then Jaden gets the 2-point conversion. We win 8-6. But each one of them, it wasn't just one person that was the winner of this game. It was a team effort. And to me, that makes it fun when it's about a team and it's not about me.
I got a question for Jake. Mom, principal, how much pressure does that put on you every day, or is it just something you've been taught to lead these guys, younger guys? Y'all are going to lead something at Pleasant Valley, and I know Coach Nix wants y'all to lead what y'all have and what you learn. What is it? Is there any pressure extra, or has she made that just clear to you and you do what you do?
I think it's like one of the things where, I already want to be a leader. I want to be a good example. I want to leave my mark of who I am, and I don't want to let her role determine how I act. But in the back of my head, I always think, like, if I go to mess up or I want to make a bad decision, I do know she's right there in the hallway that she does have a paddle in her office. So, it does keep me kind of straight in line. But I have a bigger role than just her being my mom in the office with me.
And Braxton, I'll ask you, off the field, you're a leader. You wouldn't be here if you wasn't. Do you feel a responsibility to the players around you? And I know Coach Nick said what a great leaders you guys are. But how does it feel inside you to have that responsibility? Because Pleasant Valley's turning a corner here. So give us a little thought.
I do feel a responsibility, and it's more of a just living by example. And it's not just football. It's not just school. I'm really big into my relationship with God, and I really want to show people that I'm like that, and I want my friends to see that, and I want just random people that I see out in public to see that. And so that's just another big thing on my heart, and just living by example for God and for my school, and that I'm not just representing myself, but I'm also representing Pleasant Valley on our jerseys. And every week, no matter what it is, that it's not just me in this, it's other people. So just being there to be, I got to be more responsible in things, and so yeah.
So Braxton and Jaden, Coach talked about you guys setting the goal at 10-0. Tell me about the discussions that led up to that and the thought behind setting that as the goal.
Well, we know we can do it. We worked towards it. It wasn't done overnight. This has been things that came up in the years that we talked about, 3rd and 4th grade. Of when we get older, we're going to win the state championship. We're going to go 10-0. We're going to be the team that breaks everything. Well, now it's our turn to do it, and we've worked towards it. We've put in the hours, the fellowship behind it, the brotherhood. We've been together to do it. It's not like we've just got new people coming in, transferring in to come help us. It's the same team that it was in 3rd and 4th grade winning championships. So that's just been our being together.
Kind of pick up what Jaden said, we started it all together. The group that we have right now, the main group, is the same people that we played with back in elementary school. We've always had the same goal. So last season ended, and we ended on a high note, but that's not what we were just looking for. We were looking for more, and everybody was on the same goal, and so everybody's keeping each other accountable. We all know that we have to put in more work than we did last season. We're all growing up. We have to get stronger. We have to get faster. We have to do things for that goal to happen. And so now to keep each other accountable, that's the big thing that we're all having to step into.
Back here.
Braxton, even though you were injured last year and couldn't play quarterback, how important was it to you personally to be able to play other positions and to be a part of the team and be on the field and be a big contributor?
It was very important to me. I mean, I've played quarterback my whole life, and going down with a hand injury to my right hand, my throwing hand, it was difficult at first. I tried pushing through it, and I realized that I just couldn't, and I needed to help the team out in another way. And I asked the coaches, I was like, what can I do to help? Because we thought it was just going to be an defensive thing, that I was just going to be on defense, and we found ways where I could just go in and help. And I spent time after practice with Jaden learning things, and I taught him things about quarterback, and he taught me things about running back, and I met with tight ends to help me with blocking assignments. I met with the linemen. I had other people around me that helped me learn these positions that I needed to learn that would help better the team.
I'll add this to that too. When that went down, Braxton's always been an offensive player, but even watching him play, he's got a gift on defense. And so when he went to some of these camps this summer, not a lot of them was looking at him in offense. And right now, as far as we know, I think he's going to be the first one with a D1 offer from Pleasant Valley. And so when he got offered at Murray State, we've never had a defensive D1 offer. And on that, he goes up there to the camp, and we go as a linebacker, and halfway through the camp, I look, and they've got him at defensive end. And the coach is like, 2 years from now, who knows? Right now, he's a good edge rusher. And so a lot of things, even the quarterback from Pisgah last year, who's at Jacksonville State right now, there's no footage of him as a tight end. But was he playing right now at tight end? So I think last year's injury really woke Braxton up on, I'm not just a quarterback. I'm a football player that can play multiple things, and I think he realized that.
Question back here.
Coach, just to touch on that, earlier you were bringing up the close games and everything. Obviously, the Sandrock game, you guys were able to hold on there at the end, win that one 20-13. How big of a game was that? Because that seemed to me to be where you guys started to turn it, to your favor there.
It really was as a huge game because that was at Sandrock. Sandrock's a difficult place to play. And so many of these games, and that's one of our goals that we've set. We were up sometimes last year 21-0, 28-7. It seemed like the third quarter was always our, just kind of hit us a little bit. So we, start, strain, finish. Well, in order to finish, you got to be able to keep straining. And so there was some quarters where we were taking off, the focus wasn't there, the energy wasn't there, and that's something that these leaders have really been pushing into the team and the coaching staff, and making sure that everything we do, we're about finishing the whole time. It's got to be 48 minutes, and with that, I want to take a second to brag, I think this is year 11 for me, and this is the first time in 11 years that we've got the exact same varsity staff in the exact same positions, and each one of these players, they love their varsity positions as much as you can. And so for us to have 6 guys on varsity is huge for us. I mean, you rewind 4 or 5 years ago, we had 4 guys doing football 7 through 12. We were taking turns on junior high night. And so now for us to have 6 guys on varsity and have a junior high staff, This is the first time that we're having practice right now with only 10th graders on the field. Our 7th, 8th, and 9th are with our junior high staff developing. And so that's going to help with our 9th graders on getting more playing time and developing there. And so when we go to our position groups and things like that, there might be lower numbers in those position groups, but man, they're getting a lot more reps. And they're getting reps with quality coaches at those positions. So I couldn't do it without, on our defense, you've got, Coach Ward's leading it up, and Coach Parker, Coach Muncher help him, and that's the defensive staff. And then Coach Caldwell and Coach Turner and myself's the offensive staff. And I think it's great for our players to see that not only do the players love each other, but man, our coaching staff loves each other too.
One final question, and to stay on time, Coach. After that, we'll let you finish with your closing comments. But to the players, y'all been in the program for a while. You've seen success now. We all in this room know that 2A is exactly where Pleasant Valley needs to be, and how much more fun it is. What's your favorite part of the football week, Jaden? Is it specifically the Friday night game? We all know that, but what part of the game do you look most forward to?
The support, like pep rallies, the day before, days leading up, the preparation of it all. It doesn't just go in practice, it's the getting sleep, getting water in you, hydrating, enjoying your time with friends and teammates. Like, it's not, we don't just go to practice and go to games. We'll go out to eat the night before. We'll go hang out, go swimming. We'll create, we have a family, to say. That's probably my favorite part about it, is the way that I'm not just having teammates, I'm having other brothers outside of football.
Braxton?
Friday nights are fun, don't get me wrong, but the preparation through the week is also what makes it better. If you don't prepare for the week, then Friday night, it ain't gonna be that fun. But I mean, you start on Monday. Well, you really start on Saturday. After your last game, you start on Saturday and you start preparing for the next week. And I mean, like Jaden said, you go in every day. You got practice. You got things that you got to do with school, but you also got to make time to sleep, drink water, make sure you're getting the right things in your body. And then we're also a family. Like, we're going to do things together. We're going to make sure everybody's locked in and everybody's ready for the game this week. So we all keep each other accountable with that.
Coach, your final comments.
I'd just like to thank y'all again, and you see real quick why this coaching staff loves coaching these players, because these players right here are the same way as a lot of our leaders. There's so many, we've got a great senior class this year. Our junior class is our highest number, and our 10th grade class is very good too. So the juniors have help on both sides of this, which is making it so fun as coaches and seeing how that they've grown. 2 years ago we made the playoffs for the first time, and I can't remember how long. Some of Braxton and Nick Hacker were both hurt, and so they didn't get to play in the playoff game. And but in that playoff game, we had like 8 or 9 freshmen on the field playing Pisgah in the first round. Well, now those kids have developed into this, and so it didn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen alone. And so, I just want to thank the coaching staff, thank our administration, thank our board members, everybody that makes this possible, because you don't do anything by yourself. It takes a team effort in order to have a successful football program, and everybody's just a small piece of that puzzle. And so right now, we got a clear puzzle going on.
Pleasant Valley Raiders, thank you guys so much. And it's